What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss anything new, and if you feel like it, go ahead and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. That's where I post all of my content. In this video, I'm showing you a step-by-step tutorial on how to draw purple SpongeBob. Purple SpongeBob isn't a thing, it's just something that I wanted to draw. I like to draw like alternate versions of characters, kind of give them weird colors and stuff. But as you can tell, the first step I always do is sketch it out. Definitely use a reference. It would be pretty hard to draw any character without any kind of reference, but you just want to go over it lightly with pencil. I always describe my illustrations as working in layers, so I start with a 3H pencil, very light, and just kind of try my best to sketch out the proportions. I do go over it multiple times just so that I do have, I guess multiple references as far as, his proportions and his lines. So I started with his nose, which is the center point. It's just a slightly upward slope, small at the bottom, sort of rounded at the end. Yeah, I want to make sure that that's not too skinny, that it's got the proper girth at the end. But I always go in order as far as what is the next closest shape to what I just drew. In this case, it's going to be his lip. So from the very start of the bottom of the nose, I'm just going to make a slightly downward right angle, a line there. And then I'm going to follow it up, start from the other end, give him his little smile. Down and over, straight across, straight as you can get it. You don't want to worry too much about the lines right now. They can be kind of wobbly again. Work everything in layers, so I am going to go over this whole thing again with thicker Sharpie, but this is just to get, solidify his actual line work. So backtracking a little bit, we did start at the center point, which was the nose. Worked with the lip, drew it across from the cheek. Now I'm going in on the teeth here and just making very small rectangles. So with that, I'm going in on the eyes, and to be honest, this is the most pain in the butt. Making perfect circles is so hard, and like drawing it with your hand as opposed to, I guess, doing it digitally or using some kind of tracer. Extremely hard, but it does take practice. But the as best as you can get, it works. Just make sure they are circular and not like ovals. Now making a much smaller circle to indicate the pupils. Again, super tedious, super annoying, but with these, because his pupils are solid black, you can start small and I guess kind of round it out as you see I'm doing there. So I did skip a little bit ahead through this part just because it was very tedious. Whenever you're drawing the iris around SpongeBob's eye, it has to be on point perfect, I think, or it really throws them off. Mine here are by no means perfect, but it was the best I could get it. Try to make the pupils the same size and the iris relatively the same size so that they're twins and not sisters. We want twin eyes. And then I just followed down from his tooth, created his mouth, just a small curved, like half oval type deal. Gave him a little, wonky looking W for a lip, and drawing on his beautiful eyelashes. Oh yeah, I'm giving him full eyelashes, baby. Look at those things, God. Honey, SpongeBob, honey, who does your eyelashes, baby? Who does them? Does Patrick do them for you? Is there an episode we ain't seen? So since I'm working from the center point, which is the nose, and I kind of worked my way out with the eyes, the cheek, the mouth, now I'm starting at the bottom, near his lip, I guess the line closest to what I last drew, which was his little W of a lip. And I'm just going around his body and giving him them lumpy little sponge lines. Those little sponge lines. Usually about 4 or 5 little sponge bumps on my SpongeBobs. Yeah. Now I see the SquarePants coming out. Just finishing up here, English is hard. Giving him his rectangular look, and yeah. And as you're going down the back side of him, you want to give him like a small little arch so that he's not super stiff and like wider than he needs to be. So now I'm going in and drawing his sleeve there, followed by his square pants here coming up. Got his sleeve drawn. Now from that line we're just going to go straight down 2 vertical lines to create his arm and his hands. I'll say like a lot of other things, drawing hands takes a lot of practice. That's one of those things I struggle with because I don't know what it is. I just, the proportions, sometimes I draw like a Donkey Kong thumb and then little fingers, or giant pinky finger and a little pointer finger. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. But I think I managed to get his hand right on this one. So now just getting done with the arm and going down and going over his pants. It's really important that you get the lines as straight as you can whenever you're drawing his pants, because it really helps his overall appearance. And going with the tie. Gotta give him his tie. He would never show up to the Krusty Krab without his tie. Which reminds me, do you guys remember that episode where SpongeBob, like, I think he lost his name tag? He did everything from dumpster diving to looking at the Salvation Army. I don't even remember what he did, but he ended up just having his name tag on the back of his pants. Is that what it was? I think that's what it was. What's your favorite episode? Let me know down below in the comments. But continuing here, getting in there, drawing his pants, drawing his little legs. And yeah, we're just about finished up. Just giving him his string bean legs, and then gonna draw his shoes. So his legs, just like his arms, are completely parallel, straight down, nice and lanky. Don't make them too short. Drawing his arms, same thing, nice and lanky, not too wide apart. Try to get these lines as parallel and as straight as possible. So to the right, up and around, give him a thumb, then we'll give him a pinky finger, give him 2 more fingers. He's got to be able to show up to work and flip those Krabby Patties, or Mr. Krabs is going to be pissed. So yeah, again, hands have always been kind of tough for me, but it's definitely something that I've proactively worked on, because I have such confidence in like a picture, and then I'd get to the hands and they would just look mangled, and then it would make me sad. So there it is. His body's pretty much all outlined, and then now I just went in and added some circles to give him his holes. That sounds so weird. His holes. But just give him some different size circles, like 2 on each side, left and right, lower left and right, and then 4 on the side of his body. But now I'm going in with the Sharpie. I'm giving him some thick lines, because those weak lines ain't it. We just use them to really solidify the outline first before we actually go over with the thick Sharpie. And this is my favorite part. Since his proportions are good, we can make him any color we want, and I'm making him purple. Because why isn't he purple? Because he's a sponge and he's yellow. But why isn't he purple? Give him some red pants. SpongeBob red pants. That doesn't make sense, bro, but whatever. We got orange, pink, red. Got some dark green eyes. I know you can't really see it too well there, but give him a blue tongue and a dark blue mouth. There it is. There's your purple SpongeBob SquarePants. Just a little quick tutorial. I hope you guys were able to follow along. Leave a comment and like the video. I appreciate it. Peace.